And I feel like our ancestors knew this. That's why they made rules like, for example, in Botswana. And this is very interesting. So in Botswana, you have something called the KGOTLA. That's the
KGOTLA.
KGOTLA, exactly. It's the village center.
Witch doctor.
No, it's the village center. So basically, it's where the village elders will go and they'll say something like, "Oh, this guy stole my cow," or this and this. But they also discuss community news. So and so had a child, blah 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 blah, and a wife can take her husband to the KGOTLA and say, "Look, this guy is not servicing me," right?
Really?
Yeah, she can do that. Or a man. Why? Because it's a man's right or a woman's right to receive physical love, right? I mean, you're in a marriage. And I know it sounds funny. Sounds also quite kind of embarrassing, but remember that the reason that they've decided something like that is because they knew that the cornerstone of a community is the family. And the glue of a family are husband and wife. You don't have mother and father, husband and wife, you don't have a family. You can have 20 kids. That doesn't make a family. Husband and wife are the glue. And it's important that they keep a physical relationship because they know that all we have to do is make sure they continue to have a physical relationship. And then there can be something that carries on from that. Which I know it sounds
obviously
kind of...
in terms of that type of level of society, in terms of, they're looking at the physical, they're not looking at all three.
I think their conclusion would be, and I'm speaking my opinion, is that you came together because of the mental or the spiritual and the physical, right? That's what brought you together. So one of your three pillars is looking a little bit worn down. So you've got to prop that up, and then it will kind of pick up the other ones. You get what I mean?
Yeah, it's
Because you
interesting
yourself,
that KGOTLA thing, because
yeah,
I know it happens with the Rastafarians as well. Like, not, I don't think in terms of like sexual stuff, but it's kind of like a court that they hold um weekly. And they
yeah.
even do a few beltings as well to
Yeah,
like
that also
people who
happens at the KGOTLA.
misbehave.
You can also get a belt. Like there's this guy who said to a woman, a married woman, "Kuku ya hage e molo," which is like, yo, your
Oh
cake.
wow.
He was buying fat cook, and he was like, oh, your cook is warm, like your cake is
Yeah,
hot.
your cake is hot,
But
which
like,
in South Africa it means, or Africa, that it's your vagina.
you see, so
Uh,
it's a dual thing. Although he managed to explain that, look, I just bought a fit cook, and that's what I was talking about. But obviously, the woman felt that he was not speaking about the fit cook he had just bought, but was like, who knows? But that's where you would then go. Had he been found guilty of that, he would have. It's not doesn't involve the police or anything. You just go to the KGOTLA, get a lashing, 3 or 4 with this long stick. The long
yeah,
stick, bro.
he is screaming in public
Yeah,
as a
dude.
grown man.
And you know what's crazy is that
Dying, dude.
when you're receiving those lashes, there's a very interesting rule. You can say whatever you want to the chief while he's doing that. So you can literally be like every
Really?
swear word under the sun while he's lashing you because they know it's painful and no one is
Yeah.
going to hold you accountable for what you're saying while you're receiving those lashes because they know it's not a joke. You see? So I just found that funny. Like they already know it's really painful. They know you're about to
It's just,
swear someone
yeah.
out.
It's just what's interesting is, trying to convey that to people who think, we're high society. We don't do that anymore.
Look where high
Where's your
society's
shoes,
got
young
us.
man? Exactly. But
Kids are busy telling
there's,
their parents, fuck you, dad.
yeah.
You
And it's
see?
like, for some reason we think that that is, primal or uneducated. But think about how many things would get resolved within the community, within the town itself,
Yeah.
instead of, oh, there's lawyers involved, and okay, this one has more money than this one, so obviously the one with more money is just gonna
Mm.
keep taking them to court until, even if they're not even
They're not
guilty of
right.
anything, they're gonna be broke by the end of
Yeah.
it. The lawyer fees are just gonna completely drain them, and they're gonna be bankrupt, and the person's just gonna be like, I know, I'm pulling the charges.
Yeah, but
Um,
wouldn't
because
honestly,
that's literally what happens in this day and age.
yeah,
They
and
don't have
honestly,
to even have any evidence on you. They just have to accuse you of something, run you through the court process for
and the
years
tabloids.
until until you're so broke that, and then they just be like, oh, well, there wasn't really any evidence, and you're just
Mm.
like destitute, and
Yeah.
yeah, you can
Honestly, though,
destroy a man like that.
for some of these petty crimes, um, wouldn't it be better? I'm just asking you, like, what would you rather? Let's say you're caught stealing some sweets, chocolates at the shop. Legally, you can probably get like a few weeks, maybe a month in jail, right? Maybe even 6 months.
Yeah, can
So
ruin
would you,
someone's life for
and you
that.
can ruin someone's life forever like that? Or would you just say, look, take your 5 lashes from that hippo skin whip? You might
That hip,
say, okay,
oh,
look, I'll just take the 5 lashes, right? And then it's done.
but yeah, but it it can't end there though. That's like an issue as well,
What do you mean it can't end there?
because some people might just be like, if I grit my teeth, I can get away with it. I'll rather take the lashings, because prison and jail time is way worse than lashings, right? That
Yeah.
completely breaks you psychologically. I mean, you might even get graped in there.
No, 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 no.
So,
But you're okay. Continue your thought.
so no. So what I'm saying is, with the lashes, there needs to be some type of I don't want to say rehabilitation, but they needs to obviously get down to the core of, why are you stealing? Oh, he's poor, or oh, he's a drug addict
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something.
They. That's
So, you know what I mean? So we have to keep working with this guy so that he doesn't do it again. Because
that's
otherwise, they're just
so.
gonna be like, I'll take the lashings,
Yeah, but that's
you know.
one of the things. Is that okay? There's two things. First of all, they talk about that, so it's not just grab him, give him a lashing. No, they'll talk about it, and you are brought to understand why you're getting lashes, right? Because that's one of the main functions that the KGOTLA has, is talk about it. Why are you doing that? You're not supposed to do that because of this and this. And then that's where it would come to light that, okay, I don't have a family to take care of me. That's why I'm stealing these things. Or more likely the stupid answer of, I don't know. I just thought, I don't know. I'm not sure. But the lashings, trust me, brother. Yes, you'd rather get the lashings than prison. Um, but the lashings are not going to, you're not just going to forget those. Like, even hardened criminals don't want to get those lashes. Like, you're definitely going to say, okay, I'm not going to steal again because I might get that again. You're not going to just, you might try another gig in some other criminality, but like, you're not going to be, trust me, you're not going to steal anytime soon.